Richard Vernon, welcome to Profile.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely delighted. Quite a story. Youngest person ever to serve as mayor of Montego Bay at 34. You're 35 right now, and you've already had 15 years of service in the political arena, not necessarily elected service, 8 years of elected service, but 15 years in the arena overall. And also in business, in politics and public service, you're the recipient of the Prime Minister's Youth Award for Excellence in 2019 and an advocate for inclusivity with a mantra that says, leave no one behind, and already representing the country in major conferences around the world, such as Mayor's Conference in the United States, Local Government Forum and World Urban Forum Cities Summit in 2023, and Bloomberg City Lab, and also invited to the Grassroots Assembly at the World Urban Forum 12 in Cairo, that's in Egypt, in 2024, and already securing grants for different areas to assist residents of the second city. Father of two, Barcelona FC supporter, which you also shared with us. I don't think we're going to get to that. But did you ever imagine becoming the mayor of Montego Bay?
I never thought about it. More so my father, he thought about it. And he has been selling that story to everyone in Montego Bay. And I learned that later. My parents have been very influential in my upbringing. My mother has always been a constant source of support, as well as my father. He's deceased now. I remember in 2012, 2013, somewhere thereabout, I contested hall chair at Rexnor Ford Hall.
University of the West Indies.
Yes, that's right. And he was there as a support. He went ahead and got a coaster bus of people to come up and support me and hall.
Hall chair.
Yes, at Rossi's. Prior to that, at Rossi's, I was head boy for 2 years, a year, and deputy head boy for 2 years. And he was there right along the way. At graduation, he came in, and all he came to the graduation to do was to collect the trophies for top student, most outstanding male student, most outstanding sixth former, you name it. He stood with them like this and brought them home. He said, you can go on now. I collected what I wanted, so you can go on. So I went and enjoyed myself, and he went home with the accolades.
What were your father and mother saying to you to drive that sort of culture of excellence?
They never communicated much. It was the action. So, for example, while I was in grade 10, I wanted a Clarks. Clarks, we were wearing Clarks at the time, and the guys used to have their toothbrush to walk around and then brush out them suede and thing. So it was the in thing. So you want Clarks to go to school, you have to earn it. So he had a property, and my work for that year was to ensure that I cut that entire property to get paid so I could go and buy the Clarks to go to school. What we realized today is that they would just give you the money to go to school and buy the Clarks without building that motivation, that sense of hard work, that sense of independence. They don't build that much these days, and that is what is needed. But in terms of the support, it was great. And right throughout school, he was there, right throughout university, and at the local level, my first election in 2016, he was there. A matter of fact, he purchased a little bus just to put the town cry within, the system within, so he could drive and announce and support that his son is running in the election. And it was all over. So that's the type of father he is. I remember August of that year, before he died, we had our independence celebration, and he asked for me. He told my mother he wanted to speak with me. My mother said to him that him can't come now because he's busy organizing the events and everything. So I said, tell him that I want to speak with him, leave what he's doing and come. At that point in time, he was at UWI Hospital. So I traveled up, and we had the conversation, and he said to me that, I can't go any further, and you have to take responsibility. My mother was there. She started to cry.
Wow.
I asked her to remove herself from the scene, please, because I can't deal with your drama right now. So she started to cry, and he said that you have to continue. I have to do this. I have to stop right here. You have to continue. A few weeks later, he was transferred to Falmouth, and that particular day I decided to visit twice. Leaving, I ran back to the window, and I said, Daddy, I finished my project management course, And he said, yes, man, you're going to complete the PhD too. I said, yes. I would say, they're asking me to consider the position of mayor. This was 2018. He said, yeah, you're going to become mayor as well. Yeah, man. So just finish the degree and work on a political career because you're going to become mayor.
Even though he knew he was, ill.
Yeah, and he said that this was it for him. A few days later when he passed, I'm not a person who cries. And my mother called me, the worst call I ever get in my life, and answered the phone 8 a.m. that Sunday morning, August 26. And she said to me, your father gone? I said, father gone. I said, okay. So I drove to Falmouth, drove past the turnoff, then turned back, went to the hospital, and there his body was lying on the bed. And she took this ring off his finger and put it on mine. From that day until now, I still wear it. And she said to me that you are in charge now. And she started to cry. And I cried at the time. And she said to me, why are you crying? Are you afraid that you won't be able to manage without him? I said, no, I will manage. It's just that he won't be here to see it. And that is why I'm crying. And I left the hospital. That was the last year. And I took things into my own hands in terms of career-wise, bringing across the wishes and the dreams and all that I wanted to achieve in life. And shortly after that, we started to organize ourselves for another election because we are now moving into 2019.
I have to pause you there because we need to get to the break to talk a little bit about how all of that seems to have been a turning point. So sort of how that escalated. In a sense, it was escalating before, but we'll talk about that when we come back after the break. I'm speaking with the mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, and we're back with you after these messages.